Anchor Snake here. Today I was going to do a MRT video. It's basically a bounty hunter job. After you've done enough bounty hunting missions, you'll start to get offered these. And basically, you take a ship and you got to go land somewhere, and you got to go into a bunker of some sort or another, and you got to kill the bounty. Okay. It's a first-person shooter type evolution with the possibility of some decent loot, you know, armor being the main thing, and occasionally some good guns. And it's a lot of fun. It's pretty relaxing gameplay. I mean, you know, it's not relaxing. I mean, it's exciting, but it's a chance to get some cool stuff. Well, I'm still pretty new to this type of gameplay, and we're going to go to the Calliope here in Microtech. I think that's how you pronounce it, and that's where my bounty's at. But I'm going to encounter a problem with the NPCs, armor, and the backpacks that I was not expecting to see happen. And I'm going to make it pretty. I'm going to cut out all the most of the gameplay just to get eventually to the point so you can see what I went through. This is transitioning pretty quick through the drop down to where they're at. So you got to get low, because once you start getting in range of their turrets, man, they will light you up. So you want to come in really low, and it's pretty dicey at night when it's dark. And so I'm going to find a place to land, and then I'm going to get in my Ursa. So I bring the Ursa medic. That's what I like to bring, because it has like 2.4 SCU of built-in storage, and obviously it has the med in the back, which you can use to heal yourself. You're in a shooting environment, and sometimes you get lit up, and you know, to be able to pop a med pen or go get in that med bed is pretty cool. So at this point I'm trying to figure out a place to land, which I eventually do, and I'll get in my Ursa, and then I'll drive over to where the bunker is. I'm just going to call it a bunker for whatever. I don't know what exactly. It looks like some kind of mining operation kind of thing, some type of science. I don't know. When you go inside of it and look at it, it's kind of neat, man. It's a neat little place. They all basically look the same. They all, at least all the ones I've been in, they all have the same. This is kind of it kind of swirls downstairs a couple decks, and there's some kind of centered looking device, I don't know, like a drill or something, I don't know, and you just shoot them up all the way down. But along the way, there's there'll be these little closets, like they look like, I don't know, these little rooms with doors on it, and there'll be a couple dudes standing there, and they'll be sitting there waiting for you to go past them. I guess if you go past them, that's the trigger when they come out and they try to get behind you. But if you can sneak up on them, you can catch them standing there. And the first couple times I've done this, I just opened up on them, and I thought I would just run in there and grab them. Well, the door closes and you can't get to them. So what you have to do, and you're going to see in this video, I finally learned my lesson. You just kind of got to pop them a little bit, and they'll start coming out of there looking for you. And once they come out of there, you can take them down. And so in this particular video, I'm ready for them. So I'm getting the Ursa. This thing is great. I highly recommend you pick one up if you're into doing this kind of thing, because the cool thing about this thing, not only is it a medical bed in it, not only does it have 2.4 SCU of storage, this thing's got a laser repeater on the top of it, a dual barrel laser repeater, and it's pretty cool, and it works great. So the only thing keeping this thing from being the perfect bunker runner is that you can't stow, you know, a cargo container on it. Man, if you could put a cargo container on it, you would not need another type of vehicle. This thing would do it all, and this would be the perfect. And you could carry. It does have a jump seat, and it does have a driver's seat, so you could bring at least 3 people with you. Heck, if you want to, you can throw somebody on the med bed. But I always want to close the med bed. You know, I don't leave my ship open. I just don't do that. That's a sure enough way to lose your ship. If somebody comes you know, there's always a chance somebody could come cruising by a looky-loo and see your ship there. And if it's open, they're going to take it. It will not be there when you come back. Guaranteed. There's always a chance when you leave it anywhere. There's a chance you can come back and it won't be there. But that's what we got insurance for anyway. At least don't make it easy for them, at least, I guess. I have had it stolen one time already. So actually, I had it stolen when I was picking up a ground vehicle. Somebody jumped in it just as I was pulling the vehicle in there. Somebody jumped in and took it off. So yeah, this thing has laser repeater on it. Now I'm trying to figure out the way you turn it on with my. You can control this with your mouse, but I had to turn off my head tracker IR to make it work. So now I'm just going to drive over to this facility. Eventually get over there to it. Anybody here? Any of y'all play Mass Effect? Do you remember the vehicle, the ground vehicles from Mass Effect? Man, it was great with the rocket engines, and oh man, I think it was awesome. And you could make it jump. Man, I could make that thing sing, man. Climbing mountains and all kinds of crazy stuff with that thing. But I eventually make it up here to it. Cut out all the driving. This is great. Oh, you stay down, buddy. Oh man. Oh. I love how they go flying. Here's another one. Hey, he's not down yet. It's gonna get back up. Oh man. Alright, so I'm gonna get out and close the door on the Ursa and go in. You go in, and then you're gonna take this cargo lift down to the level. From my experience, some of them will come. They'll start to come at you. Others will kind of lay back and let you come to them. And in this particular one, it's kind of they kind of sit back. And so what I usually do is I usually swing around to the left, around this little deal here, and there's some cover, as you're about to see, that'll be on my left hand side. I'll take the cover there, and then you'll start to just pick off this very first NPC. There's going to be two more guys over to my right, and then eventually there'll be one on my left. One of the ones on the right will get a couple shots into me, and I'll have to use my med pen. I'll take him out pretty quickly. He was pretty simple. He wasn't even wearing any armor, just blue jeans and a vest. Here comes another one. And as I'm waiting on the reload, there's going to be an NPC on my right that's going to start hitting me. Right, they get right there with the SMG. And he does a number on me. It takes a minute for me to see him. But he's right there. I didn't see him. I'm looking. There he pops up. And he puts a hurting on me. That SMG, man. He's spitting out some ammo. So here I'm going to pop a med pen. I stow the med pen and I get. Now the cool thing, one of the cool things about this gun is you can reload. So like if you get down down to 6 rounds, you can hit the reload button, but your character is going to save that empty mag. So you're gonna end up be carrying a mag with like 6 rounds in it. So what I typically do is I typically just shoot them all out. If I get down to a couple, I'll just shoot them all out and just load the next. That way I ain't carrying a bunch of half-empty mags. And I'm looking. I'm a pretty cautious player, man. I'm not much of a run and gun type of dude. I'm an older guy. I don't have the reflexes for this like I used to. I used to play Medal of Honor, Allied Assault. So look, here we go. This is what I'm talking about right here. Here's the place. So I'm gonna reach over here. They won't come out of there, I guess, unless you go. So won't pop around into them. Try to get him to sneak out. Here he comes. He's coming. And then I'm gonna light him up. So now he's outside that door. If he drops dead inside that little room, that door will shut and you won't be able to get to him. So I'm gonna hit him a couple times, get him to come out. He's gonna come walking out. Unbeknownst to me, man, they're carrying some wicked firearm. And fortunately for me, that gun has a delay before it shoots. Cool. This is what I was looking. You know, this is what I wanted. I wanted those backpacks. And it's really cool armor, but I really wanted those backpacks. Those are like part of that Prembook suit. The Prembook backpacks. You see everybody running around in, and I mean, I have 2 of them, but from that set. Here's another set of guys that are in the little closet. We'll pop him in the head. See if we can get him to come out. See how I shoot my extra ammo out. Switches mags. And you can carry a pile of mags with this rifle. I love this gun. It's got like a shotgun of some sort I've never seen before. And that's it. Easy business. This is a great rifle that I'm carrying. I love it. It's the Karna rifle, and I can carry 3,000 rounds, and that's nothing. It doesn't weigh nothing. Now I'm in another part of this little thing. I'm just going around looking. Just looking at everything. This looks like a future where you can come in here and do some kind of hacking of some sort or another. Kind of neat, man. That's supposed to be a thing pretty soon. I am going to find a med box in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. There it is. There's a med. It's not. There are some loot items in here, but it's not there's not as much cheddar as you would think there would be, or it seems like you should be. But you know, they don't want to make it too OP. There's another dude standing there smoking a cigarette, doing whatever he's doing, and he's part of this organization, therefore he must die. So he's going to the worms. I don't guess there are worms here on this moon, but whatever. And that's it. That's pretty much it. From this point on, I'm gonna start dragging these guys up to the roof. You know, if there, what is it, the CRVSM or something, you can carry a 4SU container, or you know, and you can drive it up here, and then you can grab that container off and bring it in here, and you can unload them. You can strip them all right here, and then throw it back on and go. That's the primo solution to this problem. However, you know, you can't pull up and go shooting them, you know. That's the other, you know, so it's a trade-off. Do you want to be able to Is a med bed important to you? Or, you know, is having a vehicle with a gun on it important? Because the MRT, the new MRT has it, but it's only carrying them little. It ain't really that much different than the I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think the Ursa medevac is better than the new one, the new MTC. The MTC doesn't. It just carries those little squatty boxes. So what? I don't. If it had carried a 2 SCU container, it'd have been perfect. You know, if that little fold-out rack thing that pops out the back, where those 4 little mini containers get attached to, you know, if you did away with that and changed it to where it carried a 2 SCU container and it just, you know, carried it on the back like a Jeep, then you would have something. But since it doesn't do that, I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, as compared to this Ursa, the Ursa can do. The Ursa is just, I don't know. I think it's just better suited for this right here, than the MTC. And it hurts my soul to say that, but the Ursa just gives you options. And so I'm just going to stack all these dudes up here on this cargo ramp. Yeah, I was pretty excited, man. I was thinking, man, I'm about to get me some pretty good, some cool backpacks. That's one of the reasons why I've been wanting to do this. Come back to this. I'd taken a break, and then 4.2 come out and took my C2. So I started grinding again for another C2. But you know, I'm gonna take a break from that. Do a couple MRTs, and then I really wanted to get these backpacks. It was one of my. I pull up here and here's a red loot crate. I ran past it several times, not really paying much attention to it. It's kind of hitting the corner over here, and it's got some pretty good stuff in it. So there is one good loot crate. That was a grenade launcher, and there's a Demco LMG, and then a pretty huge sniper rifle. But I didn't take those. I should have taken them though. I was really the only thing I cared about was that armor and those backpacks. So at this point, I'm ready to get topside and get all this stuff loaded up and get going. There's a lot of stuff here. It's going to take a lot of trips to the Ursa, back and forth, to get everything loaded, and then eventually, before I go back to Babbage, I'm going to take all the items that are in the Ursa and transfer it over to a 2 SCU container, and then throw that in my local inventory there in Babbage, and then empty out that container. Further, you know, break it into up where I can easily sell it. Because I'm going to sell most of it. I ain't going to keep all this stuff. I ain't going to make a whole lot of money on it, but it's I don't need to keep all of this stuff. But some of this cool armor, like those pants and all, those are pretty. That's pretty cool looking armor, man. It's the what is it? The Morozov. It's the Morozov armor. That's what it is. I'm about to figure out real quick that I can't. I'm not going to be able to get this off. So you got to go down to open inventory. And normally what you do is you would drag the backpack off. So I take the leggings, the arms, and then from there I'm going to go and empty. I'm going to start emptying this stuff into the Ursa. So right here is them two drawers right there have their 1.2 SCU storage lockers. So it's 2.4. It's more than what it's 2.4 SCU of storage. So it's quite a bit. So I'm gonna slowly start to empty all this stuff that I find. I will eventually pick up everything laying around and get it in that Ursa. This is where I start to discover that this backpack isn't going to come off this dude. So look, the body, you know, the undersuit doesn't. The helmet will. But nothing else will. Watch, it comes off, and then boop, it goes right back on. And I'm thinking, huh? I'm like, what am I couldn't believe it. Like, I keep thinking, did I do something wrong here? It's like, open, no, drop item, it drops, see, then goes boop, right back on. And why is it green? It's not giving me any type of message. It's not saying this item cannot be check it out. I was like, well, yeah. So I start to realize, is like, is it something to do with being on this cargo lift? Is it something to do with that? You know, so I'm gonna drag him outside and see if taking him outside makes a difference, because I'm like, this should not be happening. And what it really reminds me of is this whole tier 0 thing where you die and you don't lose nothing unless you get hacked. But it's almost like this tier 0 thing has morphed over into NPCs that are wearing backs. You see how it both come off, but then it automatically went right back on. I kind of start to feel like that's the issue. Is like the code for that is carried over to NPCs wearing backpacks. I think this is where I'm gonna drag this rascal outside. I don't like to lose at checkers, man. I keep messing with it. It drops, but then it just morphs right back on. They both come off, and then they both morph right back on. I'm thinking, okay, if I pull off his suit, will that take it off? No, it doesn't. Nothing. This is as far as he's going to be dressed down, is right here. I was like, okay, if I do it with him upside down, will it come off? Yep, they come off, but then they go right back on. And part of me was wondering, like, if there was another player here, could another player grab it before it goes, you know? But it doesn't ever present you an indication that you can pick it up. You know, it's the weirdest thing. As you may well imagine, I'm starting to get a little aggravated now. Not that it was a bunch of hard work. And I struggled to get down there and fought for days and hours to it was pretty simple, but that's not really the point of it. It's just, you invest time into this, and while I did have a lot of fun getting down there, but it's just disappointing that I won't be able to get this backpack, because that's what I wanted. Because that thing holds up 180 180 micro SCU, which is the same amount which is the same amount as the backpack I'm wearing. It's the same exact storage amount, and it looks pretty cool. It's that's what you see most people wearing, and see it goes right back on. I'm just like, no. So being outside on the ground doesn't have no effect on it. It's just broken. Would it have mattered if I'd have tried to pull them off right after I dropped them? Would it have come off then? I don't know. But you can see I keep trying and nothing I do it does that, and that's it. And the game just morphs it right back on. So is that, now I know 100% it's just a glitch, and it's just a glitch. And I even sort of encounter one of these guys. I don't know, maybe it's a server thing. Maybe this particular shard is an issue, and I'll keep trying on different servers. Maybe, I'm pretty sure my server is the US servers. I don't know how many they are, but that's the region I typically play in, because that's where I'm at. So maybe if I try moving over to another server, maybe that it might go away. I don't know. But I know here on the best server, that's the one that I've got selected, this is what it was doing. It will not let you pull the backpack, the chest plate, and the chest armor and the undersuit off the NPCs that have backpacks. And that's pretty weird. So originally I was just going to do a quick little video for issue council report, and I figured, well, since I'm at it, I ain't put a video out, I might as well go ahead and make one. And 4.2 hasn't been the best update, on no doubt, because I lost my C2, and I know a lot of people lost ships that they had earned in game. I know several people I've seen, even there's not so much issue council reports, but there's been lots of feedback in the forums. So I'm going to fast forward, man. I went ahead and picked up everything. I never could get that backpack off of that dude, or any of them for that matter, which is kind of disappointing. But I mean, if anybody knows a workaround for that, or has encountered that problem and solved it, I'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment and let me know. Does server hopping fix that, or is that something to do with this particular update, or has this been a thing? Because I've never encountered it. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the first time I've managed to get those dudes out of that room, and be able to even get at them. First couple times I saw them, I just unloaded on them and dropped them where they stood, and then that door closed, and that's it. You can't, you're out of luck. So, yeah, man, this little Ursa minivan, this little Ursa minivac is great for this. It really is. The fact that it has a med bed, it has a repeater on the top that you can control with your mouse. You can drive in, take care of the outside, the exterior threat, and just basically walk in unopposed. It just makes this simple, almost not even fun. If you walked in and I can't imagine trying to walk in. It would take you forever to get, because you got to park pretty far away, or those turrets will start wearing you out. And it's a lot of fun to drive this thing. I think I said it earlier, but it just reminds me of Mass Effect. Except you don't have you can't jump and use the rocket motors. Man, that thing was great. how much fun with that. But there's moments that I get Mass Effect, particularly the Asgard has a Cerberus paint job on it. This Asgard does. So, I mean, Star Citizen is taking little pieces, little bits here and there from all different types of space games, and little nuggets. Even every once in a while, even catch the sound effects, the sound, the music of Mass Effect, ever so slightly in the background. You hear it? That's a great example right there. Anyway. I'm going to get the Ursa put in there, and then once I get it loaded up, I'm going to off camera, man. I'm going to empty it out into I got a 2 SCU storage container. What I've learned is if you're going to do this, you probably should bring a 4 and 8, because it doesn't take much. Two MRTs will load up a 2 SCU container easy. So if you plan on doing a couple back to back, maybe bring an 8. You'd be better off with an 8, or maybe 2 4s, or 2 2s, or 3 2s, whatever. Yeah, so I honestly think that there's a glitch in the game where the game is doing that tier 0 thing to keep, where you die. If you die, you get to keep all your stuff, but you lose everything in your backpack. But in this situation, it's applying it to NPCs, in the situations, this type of gameplay. I don't think that should be the case. If I can strip off any part of their armor and their firearms, I should be able to strip off everything. So there's a definitely a glitch going on here, and so I hope that CIG will address that pretty soon and get this fixed, because I really want to murder NPCs and get their backpacks. And I'm sure everybody else does too, because I've seen a lot of people running around with those backpacks, and I'm sure you have too. It's kind of like the new meta. Everybody seems to have them. Makes me wonder if people going out and buying that Primbook suit just for those backpacks. And I don't know, maybe people are, or maybe people have been getting them this way. I don't know. And this is just a new glitch that this just popped up. If it's not, man, let me know. I'd really like to know. Because like I said earlier, I've been trying to get these things at least 2 or 3 times and ain't been able to. So, man, these bounty missions, these are a lot of fun, by the way. This is pretty easy gameplay. It's a lot of fun. If you come prepared, but the main thing is when you do the MRTs, there's 2 types. There's one where that has, you can't hit the civilians. Don't take that one because that could be, if you hit the civilians, you're going to fail the mission and you won't get paid. So, and you'll tank your credit. So I don't even bother to take them, because if you got an itchy trigger finger, you will kill the civilian. So anyway, I really wanted to do a video to highlight this problem with the backpacks. I'm sure, checking a blog, mission completed. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope y'all have a good day. If you have any suggestions, comments, please leave them, and appreciate it. If the video was complete garbage, please give me a thumbs up, like, that would be great too. And we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care and have a great day. Bye.